Hold on. Hello, hello, hello. Let's reverse this camera, shall we? There we are. Okay, and I hope that's... All right, fine. We're going live. And if need be, I will just repeat the discussion, so it's all good. Okay. First of all, let's take a look at the lovely audience. Rotate your device. Oh my God. Seriously, phone? You are just too finicky. Okay, whatever. You're still better than the other camera. No, the reason I'm switching back to this, the other camera was really pixelated and we had a lot of hard times with it. But anyway, I want to say thank you guys for actually coming in and putting up with me being a little bit late. I am so sorry, but yeah. Life.
We were talking, so.
Good, I'm glad. The other thing is that I wanted to say, maybe this will work a little bit better. All right.
It's like an accident waiting to happen.
I know, right? Hang on. Woot. Come here. Come on. Ha ha! All right. Okay, guys. Welcome to and thank you for coming to the 7 basic types of intuitive gifts. Now, I am by no means the world's leading expert, but I can give you a few of the basics and a few of the ropes. It was originally going to be only 5 basic types of intuitive gifts, but there were a couple more I had to throw in there because they don't really fall into any of the other categories succinctly enough for me to put them there. Okay. And if anybody can't hear me out there, let me know. Basically, you have your 4 main types: clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience. Now, the origin of clair it's a French word. It's for clear, clarity, perceptiveness. So not like clear like a clear glass dish, but perceptiveness. Clairvoyance, clear seeing. Clairaudience, clear hearing. Clairsentience, anybody know what that is?
Touch, feel. I do. I have it. So yes, you feel.
Senses.
Yes.
And then claircognizance, clear knowing. That's a little bit more cerebral. I hope I'm not getting those 2 terms flipped around. I always get dyslexic on those, and I'm not sure why. Oh well, sorry if I do. Oh, Heidi Lyons is watching. Cool. Bring them on camera. Ooh. Look at this lovely audience, huh? Lots of sexiness in this room. Anyway. But no, so clairvoyance, most people just associate with being able to see the future, but that's not all you do as clairvoyant. Vision, so you're able to see to the world that is unseen, the spiritual world that is all around us, but we don't see it with our day-to-day vision. Clairaudience, clear hearing. Yes, a lot of people just associate with the future again, but that's really not all it does. You can hear into the past, into the future. You can hear something happening 3 towns over and be like, what the fuck? What am I hearing? You know? And the other side of that is people think you're nuts and you're hearing voices. Until you're like, I heard your husband cheating on you. Mm-hmm. With a redhead. They're like, whoa! You know? But, and then the husband's like, you don't want to see her anymore, you're no longer friends. But, you know, no, I'm kidding. Clairsentience, and look that up just to make sure on your phone. I've got to make sure my terms are right, because I can't get to my notes, because it's on my phone. But anyway, clairsentience is feeling. And what that is, you just feel something. It's completely intuitive. You know how to do a skill. You know about something that you shouldn't know about just because you instinctively know the knowledge. You don't even understand how you do it. And that is a really handy gift. Now, claircognizance, clear knowing, that is when you just know it. It's not a feeling. You actually know. Like, you know how to take apart that laptop and put it back together. And you don't know why you know, how you know. There's no reason for you to know it. You just know it. Some people say that people who do this tap into the Akashic Records. And I will be doing a talk on the Akashic Records. But that's a few weekends away. The Akashic Records is basically your compendium of everything that is, was, and ever will be. All knowledge. Just, it's a data bank or a library up there. More like a library, but more interfaceable. Because you don't check out the book, you just pull down the knowledge for a little bit and let it go. But a lot of people with claircognizance, yes, I believe that's it. Did you look it up?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm still.
For whatever
trying to
reason,
do it.
the last two, I always get turned around and I don't know why.
Claircognizance and clairsentience.
Those two, I always get them turned around. But anyway, claircognizance, that's what it is, just an immediate knowing, a psychic intuitive knowing. Now, the last two, mediumship, everybody's familiar with that, the ability to see, hear, and interact with and bring messages back from and pass messages to people, beings, whatever, anything really that is on the other side of that veil, that's in that unseen world. Now, this is not just dead human spirits. You can connect with angels, you can connect with elementals, you can connect with guides. You can do a lot of work this way. Mediumship is not limited to just speaking to the dead. It's just, that's the popularized version of it. So just, that's that narrow band spectrum. The other one is energy manipulation. Think your healers, your Reiki workers, people that work with energy and move it through people's bodies. These are also, some of the older ones were called storm witches because they were working with the energy that came down from the lightning and things like that. They're working with the energy from the earth and from the energy through it. Also geomancers, they work with that as well. But that covers basic 7 types. Questions so far? Crickets. Okay.
I'm glad you brought this up because she was just asking me that question. I'm glad you cleared that up for her about Dawn's gifts.
Oh.
Here tomorrow. So,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Because I was asking whether Dawn was a psychic or a medium, or both.
He's a psychic medium. Now, he's not a clairvoyant psychic medium, so he's not going to be able to see the future, but he is a psychic medium. So
Where does the psychic come in?
that's
Are
the
there
entire
no-
area.
Are there some mediums that aren't psychic?
No, there are
So
none.
they're all psychic mediums.
Pretty much. There are no, if you're a medium, you're psychic. It's being psychic and intuitive, they're two sides of the same coin. Being a psychic is more of your hard and fast, I see the future, I know these things. Intuition is more of a feel and a sense. So intuition, extra senses, psychic, more cerebral. What's up?
So question, how about what you do with what?
I have absolutely no clue. No, I'm kidding. No, mine is a huge mix. But with mine, I lean more toward the intuitive because I am an empath. Oh yeah, that was the other one I wanted to talk about. I knew I forgot something. Damn, I missed my notes. Anyway, this is what I get for 3 hours sleep. Empaths. These are a very, very important branch of intuitive gifts, and it's also one of the more common ones, but it's one that not people really don't understand. All they know is empaths feel feelings, and that's about it. Every book I've ever read on being an empath and how to deal with it, it's like they don't even know empaths. They've never even met one. Empaths, yes, they feel other people's feelings. But not just other people. You've got pets, you've got spirits, you've got elementals, you've got everything. They can feel the emotional range of anybody. And if they don't get a handle on it, it can lead to some real problems. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been in a room and just you feel all these weird conflicting emotions and you don't know which ones are yours or anybody else's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
What if you had that all the time and you didn't know what it was?
Yeah, that would not be fun.
But, and as I was doing more and more research on this, on how to put it to you guys and everything like that, I decided that this was actually going to be a class, and I will be teaching this on the free class roster in October. So this is one of the new ones I'm coming out with. I'm going to teach coping mechanisms, strategies, diagnostics, things like that, basically support systems for these different types. And yes, people can have more than one type of gift. But empaths they are designed to be the counselors of the world. That does not mean that you go up and just counsel somebody, whether they want it or not, you know? What it means is, if you're standing, I'm going to give you an example. If you're standing in line at a grocery store and you can feel that that person is at the end of their rope. You can feel something is really wrong. Take 2 seconds out of your day and say, hey, so, you know, that shirt looks really great. Where did you get it? Did you know this? And da 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 da. Because they're going to walk away, and those words could make the difference. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. Those words could make the difference between them going home and crying their eyes out and being done, or them going home and hanging themselves. When you have that gift, you have to be aware. There's more responsibility when you have these gifts, or at least when these gifts are awakened. We all have them, but with some people, they're a lot more pronounced. They come into this world with them switched on. It's just to which degree they have it switched on. And that, when you're clairvoyant, if you see something, you're going to have to say something in the most tactful and sweet way possible, like, hey, Antoinette, don't go to the gym because you're going to hurt yourself. Okay? And she's going to be like, how the fuck do you know what I'm going to do? And I'm going to be like, would you just fucking trust me?
And I'm going to do it anyway, probably.
But if she hurts herself and she comes back up and goes, see? Okay? But no, it's just you have responsibility is made up of 2 words. Response, your response, and whether you have the ability to or not. You have the ability, so what is your response going to be? That kind of thing. So did you look that up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, actually. It's
Clairsentience.
I think this is it.
Let me see. Clairsent. Oh, Lord almighty. Clairsent. Wow, okay. Now, I mean, people might be able to smell the future, but that's just, yeah. I don't know about that, man.
There actually is a word for people that can smell things that aren't there.
Mm-hmm. Where
I
is...
do experience that sometimes, which is kind of
Screw it. We're just going to wing it.
Okay.
Because I can't find the Google on there. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on. So, the downside to each of these is you're going to look nuts if you have them. But here's the thing. You have to embrace it and accept it. You have to learn how to use it and be tactful with it. Every gift has a gift side and a curse side. The gift is the gift you get at the holidays with no return receipt that you really wish you could re-gift or give away. But it has no return receipt. You're here to keep it for this life. And remember, we did sign up for this. We did sign up to help, and we did sign up to have these gifts, at least in my purview, and from everything I've experienced and seen. But if you...
Did you want the definition?
Oh, thank you. Clairsentience. You feel this... Yes, clairsentience. You're awesome. Thank you.
Okay, what's the name for the one where you actually physically feel stuff? You know, like I like to run my
Psychometry.
hands over Psychometry.
Mm-hmm. And that is under that.
Oh, okay, it is under that category, okay.
You've got, these are just your 7 basic. There's a lot more branches, there's a lot more labels. You could write a book on the labels. But these are your basic umbrella gifts.
So clairsentience is feeling
Mm-hmm.
things.
It's like,
Either intuitive.
ooh.
Yeah.
Clairsentience is where you feel intuitively. Claircognizance is where you know intuitively.
Yeah, so
Fun.
similar to empathy too, so because you're feeling.
Yeah.
Empathy is a little bit different than clairsentience. It's a hair difference, but it's still different enough for me to put it under its own umbrella because there are a lot of other gifts that go with empathy. So, but thank you very much, Judy. Now where was I? Questions so far?
I don't have enough brain power.
Sorry, guys.
What if we don't know for sure what our gift is?
Don't worry about it. When you think back over your experiences, when you take stock of things and really start paying attention, you'll figure it out almost like that. That's part of the reason I'm doing this, to give you some general guidelines. Because every time you look guidelines up, they're really fuzzy. It's due to the nature of metaphysical subject matter. It's always subjective. It is to that person. That's the only way they can experience and tell you about it, because they don't know what you or her is feeling, unless they're an empath. And still, that's going to be a little weird. They're not going to get sight, smell, taste, sound. They're just going to get the feel of it. Everything in the metaphysical area is subjective. So you have to compare somebody else's descriptions to your own. That's why I give you the umbrella guidelines. You can stick different labels under each one, but these are your umbrella gifts. So,
I like headaches and a bunch under it.
okay.
Well, I'm curious too on how to develop these kind of.
Class. That will be in the class.
Oh, okay.
That it would be way too long for tonight. If you have 6 hours, sure, we can go over it. But I don't have 6 hours. I don't, okay? But no. Development, diagnostics, things like that, coping strategies, management strategies, these are going to be in the classes. Anyways,
It seems like development and coping are kind of like two different classes.
yeah.
You got the people that want to be able to do it, and the people that maybe have it and don't want to do it so bad, but want to know how to deal with it.
Actually, thank you. That brings me back around to the point. The blessing and the curse side. If you don't use your gift, you get the curse side. It feels like a curse. If you lock it away, if you box it up, if you ignore it, if you try to bury it, it's going to come out in ugly ways. You're going to get anxiety disorders. Some people have been diagnosed as schizophrenic because of this. I am not saying that everybody is schizophrenic. Okay, no, I'm not. They're not schizophrenic if they have this and vice versa. But I am saying that there are a lot of misdiagnoses because people don't, in our day-to-day world, people don't accept this as a possibility. Okay? No, the kid is not just hearing things. No, they're not making it up. They're actually having a clairaudient episode. And, oh, medication's not going to help it, okay? You actually have to learn how to work with it and use it. Same thing with clairvoyance, being empathic, energy work, anything, mediumship, okay? You have to learn how to use it because that's what you came here to do. It would be like if I got a job and I signed up for a job and I decided I didn't want to do the job, so I locked myself in a closet. That'd be pretty dumb, right? I mean, come on, you're here to do this job and you wanted to do this job. Do the job. But that doesn't mean I should do the job without training. That doesn't mean I should just get tossed in. So that's what I'm here to help with. A little bit of diagnostic. Clairvoyance will generally manifest itself in small ways, like in future seeing dreams or dreams of seeing other places. Remote viewing falls under the clairvoyance umbrella. Okay, do you guys know what remote viewing is? Okay, remote viewing is when you lay down and close your eyes and send your mind out traveling to other places. You can go anywhere in the world and see anyone through remote viewing. The name to look up for that, for a lot of the experiments on that, was Ingo Swann, I believe. And also it manifests itself as deja vu, flashes of deja vu. Like, you've seen this before, you've done this before. That's some of your clairvoyance coming up. If you have a lot of them, you might want to look into strengthening it and seeing where you can go with it. You may also want to record it a bit and see what's happening, when it happens, what brings it on, if there are any triggers. Clairaudience. It'll manifest itself like hearing your name said, hearing weird stuff, weird music that nobody else seems to hear, just weird sounds, things that seem out of place that you can't. It's not like the refrigerator's humming or kicking or bucking. You're hearing some sort of like calliope music or something like that. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Okay? But come to find out, a merry-go-round is playing 3 states away and linking up with a kid or something like that. Being an empath, I think we've pretty much covered that. It's feeling other people's feelings. When you can walk into a room hours after a fight has happened and you still feel it dripping off the walls, if you have a hard time walking into bars, because you can just feel that tension and anxiety. If all of a sudden you get around somebody and, well, let's say you really want to drink, and you don't actually drink, but you want to drink really bad. Let's say you hate seafood and you get a huge craving for seafood. You're like, what the fuck is going on? But yet the person beside you that is putting that off, they really want to drink and they really need their seafood fix. Okay? Um, let's see, clairsentience. So, have you ever just felt how to do something, made a decision by feeling? A lot of people will call it gut instinct, but it's about 3 levels above. Okay, so I know I have to turn right instead of left. And if you had turned left, you would have been in a 3-car pileup.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay, that is your clairsentience. Claircognizance. Have you ever just known how to do something? You have no experience with it, but you just know how to do it. Like say, you have no clue what the stones mean, but all of a sudden you know this is meant for healing, and this is this, and this is this, and this is this, and you just put it out in front of somebody.
I wish that happened a lot more often.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But no, and then energy work. And actually, I'm going to let Antoinette take this. We have an energy worker in the group, so, okay?
On the spot, wow.
I told you we were doing this, but you have the gift of energy work. I might do it a little bit, but you've been doing this professionally for a while. So, hello, Eva. I am going to turn the spotlight on Antoinette. There you go, baby.
Okay.
How did some of your first energy work potential manifest? Just give me a small example when you were really young, or whenever it started, and when did it start?
I would say what I remember was like when I was 3, I had a little friend of mine that had a brain tumor, and it was malignant, and so I would basically send her healing energy at night, and next thing you know, that the tumor just kept shrinking. But because I know how to shield myself at 3, I ended up getting sick myself doing it because I didn't understand exactly what I was taking on.
Right.
So, yeah. So, that's how it.
Any other small things, just really day-to-day things.
Day-to-day things.
Outside of healing, anything. Energy manipulation. By the way, energy manipulators can also change the color of stoplights. I watched one of my friends do it. They just, it's like, that's going to cause a 5-car pileup.
I've always been able to change the smell of something by just, if I want a perfume to give me more energy, or I want a perfume to give me more sex appeal. I'll just put that energy into it, and I'm able to change the smell and the alchemy of the perfume.
Right. Interesting. A lot of these people in days gone past were just labeled as witches or weird or something, but no, they are actually using their gift to the fullest potential. Well, maybe not quite the fullest, but still, it's pretty full. Oh. Woo! All right. Sorry. Well, actually, that is right. Judy, you are a past life reader. Can you give us, your gift would probably fall more under clairvoyance as well as clairsentience?
Yeah.
You're well, she's got multiples, but you're a good one for at least 2 that I know of that I've had experience with. Is there anything you can relate? Just small stuff.
Yeah, basically, I just tried everything and saw what worked. And I've always been able to feel stuff. I would be totally baffled. I'd like be going, you can't feel the energy coming off of this thing?
Mm-hmm.
And people go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going, what's with these people that they're not feeling this energy?
When did this stuff start to manifest? Not just clairsentience, but also the clairvoyance.
I didn't know what it was. The specific incident I'm remembering was like in high school. I'm going, pyramid energy. I've got my hand over a pyramid going, can't you feel the energy coming off the top of that pyramid? Mm-hmm. People go, no. I go, what's wrong with you? There's energy coming off the top of this thing.
Now, what about in the seer department? Past life reader seer department?
It's just always been an interest of mine. So I got my first tarot deck when I was 12. I remember that. So.
Mm-hmm. But any experiences? Something that popped up, a vision, anything like that?
For me, generally, I need to meditate But stuff pops up.
Basically, for anybody out there that's beginning.
Really, I would recommend meditating and just working with it.
No.
Oh,
A personal experience.
I know, I just can't think of any real, yeah, the pyramid one I just remember because I was so annoyed that people were denying that they could feel stuff. Because I'm like going, you've got to be able to feel this. It's so obvious. I'm trying to think with like seeing stuff. Oh, I know I had that in dreams a lot. I've had lots of visits from my mom.
Right.
So yeah, that's the thing. Watch your dreams because that really will often give you a lot of information.
Okay. Antoinette?
I have a real small example now that I think about it. It used to get on my dad's nerves. Mommy, Daddy, the phone's gonna ring. And then the phone would ring.
Right. Okay. There you go. See?
So
nice.
It's something real small,
Did that freak him
but big at the same time. And a little off-putting.
Did that freak him out?
Not my mom, my dad. He's like, we need to take Antoinette to Broadlawn to see what's wrong with her.
See, but exactly. And now, if you had these labels, umbrella descriptions, and systems, your dad might have been a little bit more at ease, correct?
Right.
Because he would have been like, oh, okay, she's just having an episode. We're good. What can we do to foster this so we can win the lotto, right?
Right, exactly.
But no, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. There we go. Now, does anybody else here have experience with gifts that they would like to share or feel comfortable with sharing? I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot. I'm just doing this so people can get an idea from a personal, first-hand experience and make it a little bit more relatable to them. Okay.
Not really aware of having any gifts.
No worries.
Oh, okay.
We've all got these. It's just where we are on the dial. That's really all it is. And some people are born dialed up to 12. For those guys, I feel super sorry for them because there is nothing like this so far. Most everybody else has it at a nice 1 or a 2, you know?
That reminds me of something that Judy said to me a long time ago. What was it we were talking about? Communicating with ancestors, maybe? And you said that you just had to tune into it. That it was like tuning an old-fashioned radio dial.
Yes.
That you have to tune into it.
Yeah, I've done that because different things are on kind of different frequencies. You sort of have to, find the comfortable spot there where you're at that frequency. Yes, I've forgotten that. That's good description that makes it a little more accessible. But if I want to tune into, say if I was trying to tune into a spirit here, I would, for me it kind of feels like I'm adjusting the frequency of where my brain is at, I guess.
And that is super neat. That's a really good description. Radio dial, TV dial, emotional dial, things like that. That's right, guys. Dial. Adjust your dial. But also, too, remember, you can adjust that dial down so you don't hear as much, you don't see as much, you don't feel as much. And that's another thing I want to go over in the class. That way you can make it a little bit more bearable when you're out in public.
Just quick, is there a spirit standing over here?
Yeah, we got multiples all over the place. Don't worry about it.
That makes sense.
That one's harmless.
Yes, where am I? Of course, there's plenty of spirits.
Right.
Okay.
No. My gift is I do see, so it would be clairvoyance. And of course I have the prophetic dreams, and I've got the deja vu going like crazy. Okay. It's really weird when I'm just standing there. It's like, whoa, okay, well, I'm frying eggs. What the hell? Why is this important? You know? But generally when I see something, it's going to lead to an important chain of events. So, or it's a really big thing and they're saying, hey, you're on the right track, keep going. And then being empathic. Well, I'll share an experience on being an empath. There we go. I was out at a show, a while back, and this was way before I ever was going to open up a New Age shop or anything. Now, I was raised up in this area, so I've got a little bit of background, and it still shocked me, though, when it happened. I was actually making good money at the fair. It was off in Winterset, I believe, Winterset, Iowa.
What kind of fair?
It was just a craft show. I was making jewelry at that time, selling artwork, you know, different stuff like that. And my business had not really transitioned into a New Age business yet. It was more crystal jewelry, artwork, and my artwork's always had, well, you know, my artwork's always had a sci-fi, fantasy, spiritual bent. Always, because that's what I love. Well, I'm sitting there, and I've got this huge ass chunk of rainbow moonstone on, okay, because I love it, it's beautiful, right? Well, quick little tip about rainbow moonstone. If you're balanced and you're in your gift and you're going with it and going with the flow, it is great. It's a great balancer. If you are fighting your gift and don't want to feel anything and just want to be nice and locked in a box somewhere, it is horrible because it slams you with your gift like a 2x4 to the head. So I'm sitting there and I'm making money and I'm doing well. What I didn't realize was all the vendors around me were not doing very well at all. And they were terrified and had a lot of mortgages and everything. You know, I'm a 20-something, so I'm like, okay, I got rent to pay, and da-da-da-da-da, I'm doing really good, I've got this down, boom, boom, boom. I got so panicky, I got so sad and just distraught. I had to go to the bathroom and just cry and cry and cry and cry. Luckily, a friend of mine was there to watch the booth, and same thing, my dad was there as well, off and on, between his infinite smoke breaks. And so they were watching the booth. I stayed in there for about 45 minutes just crying uncontrollably, and I did not cry at that point. I never cried. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And then I was like, wait a minute, rainbow moonstone, intuition. I took it off. Everything stopped. Everything shut back down to a level, and I wiped my eyes and got myself together, and that scared the hell out of me. But I had always avoided like the bars. I had avoided a lot of the crowded places. If I did have a crowd, I had a barrier around me to make sure I didn't get any overdose from the crowds. And I'm still a little weak on the energetic shielding. She is really awesome at it. But that's another reason why I teach energetic shielding too. And home warding. But that is an idea of what happens when you lock away your empathic gift. All of a sudden you're going to get hit with it like 2x4, and you're not going to hit you.
So did you realize that you were picking up on the energy of all
Yes.
these upset people
Yes,
around you?
I did. I finally figured it out because I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong? I went over everything I ate. I went over, had I had too much caffeine? Answer is always yes, but still it doesn't affect me like that. I went over everything. Had I had enough water? Yes, I did. I even drank 2 glasses while I was in the damn bathroom for 45 minutes. Okay, I went over everything, and I'd even had enough sleep that night, which was really odd because normally I don't get that much sleep at shows. But no.
So how'd you figure it out?
Because I took stock of what was going on, and I had remembered a lot of people saying their sales were down. And I was like, yeah, but we've just had a rush of customers. And then I remembered looking around at the other booths, and not a lot of people were shopping. They were coming over to my booth and buying, but some of what the other people had, a lot of people weren't in the market for at that point. So I figured as vendors, it's kind of naive of me, but I figured as vendors they would know, don't worry about it, you'll hit it on the next show. Don't worry about it, you will make the money you need. And I felt really bad for them though, I really did. I actually went and spent some money at the different vendors, even though I didn't really have it to spend because I just felt really bad. I was like, here, just take some, please, for the love of God, feel better.
And then when you take the crystal off and suddenly your mood totally changes.
That's kind of a telltale sign, yeah.
Just, that was so funny when I was over here when you were doing the crystal grading.
Yeah.
I had a massive giggle fit
Yeah.
with this one arrangement of crystals.
It was the
pretty
protection grid.
Yeah. So I had this total giggle fit. Then she swapped out one crystal and I just stopped laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Why would a protection grid give you giggle fits?
I think it was clearing all the negative energy.
Yeah, black obsidian, which is what is my main component in my protection grids, that repels everything negative. And so that was taking off layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of coating.
Yeah, so I was giggling like a maniac.
Lots of discharge.
And then she swapped out one crystal and it's like, okay, I'm sober again.
No, I put a black moonstone in. The black moonstone is really good for new beginnings, transition, change, but also it's great for protection against psychic attack. And so I was like, here you go. How do you feel now? And she's like,
I stopped giggling. But it feels that way. It's not like it suddenly, all the happy was gone. It was just more like I sobered up, so.
It's, well, also you're clairsentient, so you're going to be super sensitive to any energies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be like if we visiting my daughter recently? We went out to the beach, out at the ocean, and we got in the car afterwards. And she has specifically said that this really raises her energy.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the fact that I felt so high.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what that feels like, but in the car on the way back for a while, and then after a while it seemed to subside. And now I begin to wonder, maybe that was just her energy throughout the vehicle with us.
She was basically acting like a little essential oil diffuser, only she was diffusing energy.
Yeah.
So you could be clairsentient, you could be an empath, you could be an energy manipulator. We've got to figure out which one you are, or if you're all three on the scale, where you are on the spectrum.
Right now I'm kind of guessing towards empath, but the rest I don't know. So.
There are going to be some awesome diagnostic techniques. I believe it's going to be the Saturday. Can you look it up on your phone? I believe it's going to be the Saturday after the Halloween Psychic Fair in October.
Like before you asked about spirit
On
of fear,
our event
I kept
page.
feeling like
Okay.
you're trying to move away from me, and I was like, oh, I need to bring my attention in or something, you know? I was like, is it me? And then you asked about that, and I'm like, well, maybe it's both, but who knows? But
Also me wiggling a lot because I
Oh,
overdid on the
yeah.
housekeeping today,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
doing a lot of weird wiggling
yeah,
today.
that's true. But I don't know.
No worries. And actually, I was wondering what was going on. I wish you would have told me at the start of the talk. I was too busy running to actually hone in, but I would have picked you up a white selenite for you to hold through the talk. It's a really good cleaner. It cleans out any energy blockages from your crystals, your jewelry, yourself. It basically just clears you out and flushes all that out. Also, we do have an energy worker if you want to take advantage of that. But, questions?
What do? Do you do Reiki?
I am a Reiki master, but I do Egyptian style of healing, and then I also do Healat healing, which is a Filipino style of healing as well. So I incorporate all three.
The energetic kind, not the kind where she greases you down with coconut oil and beats you with banana leaves.
Oh, well, then forget it.
That's a different kind entirely. Michaela Andromeda. After my second. Okay, and we have Michaela Andromeda online. She said, yes, after my psychic attack, I came in and Dennis called and you told me to get Black Moonstone. Thank you so much for that info. It has worked wonders. Well, thank you, Michaela. I'm very glad. Awesome, yay! And also remember to tune in for the Friday night talk on psychic attack. That's going to be like a month down the line, but still, keep an eye on it. All right.
It's
Thanks,
October
baby.
26th.
October 26th
Yes.
is the 7 Basics Intuitives class, right?
Did you want me to grab a selenite for Brenda to hang on to?
If you don't mind. Yeah, that would be great. White selenite specifically. It's got more flushing potential. I love that stuff. I have it all over my house. I actually...
Oh, lamp right behind you. That's so
I know, right? Yeah, but this stays with me. Anyway, you can't hold that one. Plus it's plugged in.
Yeah.
But no, I always know when my son is picking up too much stuff because he'll start wandering over and picking up my selenites.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's like,
Woo! Yeah, right? Feel that?
yes. That's,
Sometimes it's good to be a clairsentient right there.
playing
Yeah.
with crystals, yeah, it's fun.
You don't need alcohol, do you?
Alcohol doesn't like me anyway, which is a shame, but yes, I should just cuddle with rocks and then I would just be happy, so.
I remember putting the bowl of clear quartz over by you and you're like, yee!
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm overstimulated.
Here.
Yeah.
But no, and actually if, put it up to your heart area, there you go. I'm gonna put this on camera.
Okay, I got got a ground.
See that? Yeah.
Trade place.
No, at this point now, it's sort of like I think I tuned in all the customers. I need to ground.
No,
It's gonna get silly.
hey, I'm cool with that. Thank you, McKilla. Awesome. But yeah, oh yes, giggle fit, woo!
I tuned into the crystal, now I'm giggling.
This is what she did a little bit more dramatically at the crystal grid class when she was by the protection grid. It's okay, let it out. Discharge.
I know you're making it worse.
Discharge.
I like working with grids.
Right? Aren't they fun? I've actually still got a grid out my entire house property. Discharge. Keep going. Yeah! Look at that! Oh dear.
Yeah,
Antoinette, can you go grab her?
I played with the selenite and now I'm tuned into
I was
everything.
going to say, actually, let's try a hematite and a red jasper on her.
Okay.
We need a softer ground, because anything black's going to make this worse. How are you feeling over there?
A little more relaxed.
Good, I'm glad.
You're getting a demo here, the first.
Woohoo! It's good to be a clairsentient. But
Except sometimes you pick up stuff, weird stuff.
Oh,
This is so much fun to play
yeah.
with.
But also too, you know what? I'm gonna have you hold each one of my rocks.
Wow, that really just brought me right down.
It's a
Yeah.
softer ground. It's
Yeah.
not a harsh ground like an
Yeah.
obsidian or something.
Yeah.
So why don't you hang on to those? Actually, put them aside. I want to see another giggle fit. That was fun. I'm a terrible human
I've still
being.
settled down a little pretty
Okay.
good. So.
Darn it. Okay. Well, show and tell, you know. But no.
Is that all the energies play together?
One of these days, I'm going to record you holding each one of the stones in here, each type of the stones.
That could take a while.
I know, right? It's going to be a fun video, though.
I'll
Claire's.
end up with me laying on the floor and giggling, so.
I know. Claire said she had on rocks.
Yeah.
But anyways, so questions. Okay. All right, you're getting kind of buzzy over there, huh? You're just like, woo, baby.
So when you can feel energy, is that clairsentience?
It's between clairsentience and energy manipulation. Because remember, with an energy manipulator, they need to be able to feel the energy flowing through. Question is, what can you do with it? Have you ever tried actually pushing and manipulating and working with and moving that energy?
I do Reiki. I'm not a Reiki master, but I do.
It doesn't matter if you're a Reiki master. You don't have to be a master at anything. Okay, all that. It's schooling, yes. It's a piece of paper, yes. It's training, yes. But you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't have an innate gift already. Do you see what I mean?
When, like, for instance, when I'm charging a grid,
Mhm.
or if I'm charging an altar, and then I take the energy and push it out to the universe, I can feel it with my hands.
Then that would be more along the lines of energy manipulation. Yeah, you might have some clairsentience, but hey, can you give that white selenite to her real quick? Let's test. We're going to use the empirical testing methods. It's not sending her into a fit of giggles.
It feels tingly.
It feels tingly.
Makes me feel tingly.
I was going to say that I wouldn't say clairsentience, I would say energy manipulation, which is why I included the last two in this. Energy manipulation. So eventually you will get to the point where you can change smells. I knew one dude, he used to be able to change the color of stones. Now that was
No
cool.
way.
Yes. He would be able to change the color of stones. You give him a jade bracelet that looks kind of, I'd say, like her shirt, okay? Maybe a little lighter. He would hold it and it would become this color. I'm like, that's a trick, right? He's like, no, watch. And he would start doing it. Then other ones he'd be able to lighten. At one point, he actually took a clear quartz and turned it yellow. I was like, okay, now I'm impressed.
Did they stay that color?
Yes.
Ooh.
The effects were permanent. And I'm just like, okay, that's fucking cool. All right, that's cool. I don't know if you guys ever read about doing this, but one of the witchy exercises, I read it in a book somewhere, and then I watched somebody do it, is to change the color of the candle flame with your hand over it. To be able to change the color. And a chick, she was able to change it. Green, purple, blue. You know, and I mean, you can also do the raising the flame, lowering it, widening it, stuff like that, but you actually have to, you have to be good to do that. I'm not that fucking good. I want to see you do that. Okay. Anyway.
When you can, like a healer who, for instance, would move their hands over a person's body and could feel where the problem was.
Energy
Is
manipulation.
that energy manipulation?
Yes. Because you have to feel the energy of the trouble spots, where the energy is sour, wrong, different, however you want to describe it. My dad, he would see people where their sicknesses were, but he would see it. He wouldn't feel it. He would see it. And he always said it was really sad because it was outlined in this really pretty electric blue for him. And I was like, but at least you know. He's like, yeah, but I really like that color blue, and I hated being associated with that. But he would be able to see, like, what was it? This one lady, she came in with her husband. Her husband was a complete skeptic, and Dad was sitting there. His mom used to take him to, like, seances and stuff like that after her and his dad divorced, because she was heavy duty into this stuff anyway. And he was like, wait, no, your heart's outlined in blue. I think it was the heart. It's been a few years since I've heard the story, but, and sure enough, she went to the doctor, and yes, there was something wrong with her heart. He caught it early enough for them to do something about it, and he's a little fucking kid, so, you know, he's like, Oh man, after that, they were after his mom. We want to talk to him. We want sessions. And she's like, he's a child, okay? What the hell? Now, if she'd been smart, she would have been like, okay, honey, so we're going to be making some money. We're going to line these people up, you know? But no, and my dad would have done it just because he liked helping. But for him, he saw it. When you can run your hands over somebody and feel that, that's energy manipulation or clairsentience. You just have to figure out which one. If you can move it and not just feel it, or if you can displace it, or if you can change it and transmute it. Transmuting is changing one type into another type. So let's say negative into positive, positive into negative, anything like that. That's energy manipulation, which is a really cool gift. What's up?
So, my question, so that night that we went outside to play with the storm energy.
That's energy manipulation.
Oh, okay.
What I had her do, this is not safe. You do not do this at home. The only reason why I did it is I'd done a little bit of it at home to help ward my property, and I was curious to see what an actual energy manipulator could do with it. So, this is not safe. This was not smart on my part, but nobody ever said I was smart, and I do have a streak of a mad scientist, just a little bit. So what I did, I took her out because my back was feeling really bad, and she'd been doing Reiki and stuff on me, and I knew something was wrong. She's like a power wash, but I could feel her being very light, very gentle. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you giving me an energetic, like, pat down, or what's up? It's just like, I thought you were having a rough time, so I was going easier. I'm like, no, that is what I needed the most. So we went out. It was storming like mad, and what she did is she started sucking up the lightning energy, basically the overflow. You don't actually want to tap a vein on lightning, because, yeah, you can get crispy crittered if you're not careful. Right. But she started pulling up the overflow.
And I pulled just enough.
She pulled just enough. Her skin actually started it started to look more rejuvenated. And then she put her hands on me, and all my pain went away down my spine. I was like, yes! That's what I needed. And she's like, okay. We got radon, but we did not get electrocuted, crispy critter. Do not do that without a really good energy worker, because, yeah, that's just craziness. Don't do that. Don't do what I do, please. Don't want to be responsible for death. So, or frying off of hair or something. But it is possible, and it's not just woo-woo. This is actual, if we had been conducting a study, you would have been able to see physical results. So this is more of a fringe science rather than just woo-woo stuff. This is stuff you can do. This is stuff anybody can learn to do. You just have to be able to take the time out to do it. Some people are naturals at it. Other people are naturals at feeling the energy, okay? And seeing weird crap. Did that answer your question? And yours? Questions? Questions from anybody online? I don't think I have any, so. Okay. I think I covered everything. Really missing my notes right now. But I covered just about everything. It was a little bit of how to diagnose each, how they're going to show up. Yeah. Yeah, because personal accountability. Yep. Okay. Anything else you guys would like to know? Okay, you got a question. What's up? Come on.
So if I want to learn more about whatever's going on with me, what do I do?
Come to class. That's why I'm turning this into a class. It's going to be a little bit of an involved class. It'll start you out, and then I'm going to be doing separate ones on coping versus development. Development's going to be a little bit later on down the line. Coping is first. More people need help actually managing this than they do developing this. Okay?
So it's pretty common.
What?
It's pretty common for people to be empaths and not know how to deal with it.
Yes. Dear God, yes. A lot of people that you see, and again, this is not a diagnosis. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychologist. But a lot of people you see hooked on substances, drugs, booze, anything like that, even food. They are actually trying to minimize the damage that not knowing how to deal with their gift is doing to them. Okay?
I might have sort of an example. My daughter, when she was in high school, her boyfriend left for the Navy, so she's like a junior, maybe senior, in there. And we needed to go school shopping, and so when we went out to the mall, she just all day long, it was just this angry, upset, didn't like this, didn't like that, all day long. And we finally got to a certain store, and she just kind of went off. And I finally hit my breaking point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what to do to help you, but this has got to stop,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And, I mean, it's just kind of a blow-up situation. I think she kind of knew what was going on, but she also didn't, you know? By that, she'd been kind of studying for a while on her own, so she kind of did. But I was oblivious. I had no idea.
Right.
So what was it?
Ultimately, I don't know. It could have been a couple of things. It could have been people around, but my guess it was more about the last time she'd been to that mall was with him, so she was upset because it was a conflict of feelings, maybe. But
That is not a true empathic situation.
that's probably true.
No, I was going to say,
I think it was. Well,
an empathic issue, number one, were the people around her without actually physically dealing with her getting angrier. Did you
were they
notice?
getting angrier?
Did you notice the tension in the crowd when she was near? Because
I may not have noticed.
the other nifty little thing about empaths, you can be a projecting empath as well. Every empath has the ability to turn it outward. You can change the mood of a room. You can change the mood of a person. You can make them more calm so they'll listen to you. A lot of nurses do it without even thinking about it. Have you ever met a nurse that's just able to calm down the patient? Oh yeah. That's an empath who's working with her gift, and she doesn't realize it. Okay.
Or she might.
Yeah, she might. You know. I've been able to sit in a room and change the mood of a room. I've been able to change the energy of customers when they come in and they're being shitheads, even at fairs. I'm like, okay, you know what? No, that's not going to happen. And all of a sudden they're like, I'm like, so how's your day today? You know, but sometimes it can be used for very bad purposes. And sometimes if people don't realize it early and that projection is switched on early, they will affect crowds. I mean, you don't want a pissed off empath that's projecting in the middle of a mob, okay? That can go bad. But that's why I ask, were the people around you tense? Even without direct contact. Okay.
I don't know.
But you were in direct contact.
Yeah.
A true empathic thing, if she was out and about and she was getting angry for no reason, there was no reason behind it, or she was getting sad or depressed, what is happening is people's emotions, the stronger ones that she's picking up, would be overlaying her own, and she wouldn't know what the fuck was going on, or even if she did, she wouldn't know enough to shield, and that's why they're overlaying. And I had it happen when even my husband, who at the time wasn't quite that into this stuff, he would watch me after certain customers would leave the old shop, or after I'd have a really nasty reading. Oh man, my personality would actually start to switch, but it only happened with certain people. They were projecting very strongly their thoughts, their emotions, stuff like that. And I couldn't get it cleared. I would hold selenite. I couldn't get it cleared. And that's when I figured out black kyanite, white selenite over the heart. I suck everything in through my heart, which is why I keep all my stones over here. So just right there, and all of a sudden I would feel a bubbling and a flush. For me, that's what I felt. Okay, everybody's different.
Like a toilet flushing?
Kind of like that, yeah. And then it was all gone. And I was back to myself. I was reset to myself. But having them overlay, and it took me a little while to catch it, but when you look around and you're like, okay, no, yeah, I might be irritated about money, I might be irritated about all these things, but it's not to this level. Something is wrong. That is when you're having an empathic episode, and it's just like, you know, I hate the world, I hate everything, and you're like, wait a minute, I've had my coffee, I'm good, what's going on? There you go. And it could, and the real bitch of it is, unfortunately, it could even be not a person. You could be picking it up from a dead spirit. Hell, she was in the shop one day, oh my God, this is terrible. She's standing there in front of me, right? And I'm like, be careful, Tony. And all of a sudden I felt, and I wasn't even going to say anything, I felt this overwhelming, just, it was like I'd known her whole life and I loved her and all this stuff. I'm like, motherfucker, I have known this woman for 3 weeks. What the fuck is going on, right? And it just pops out of my mouth. It's like I can't keep it in. And her eyes get really big and she kind of runs out the door, and come to find out Tony was her childhood nickname. Now she won't answer to anything but Antoinette. But no.
And I was not listening, because I communicate with my mom and dead spirits myself, but people I know. But yeah, and of course I'm being hard-headed. So my mom's like, okay, I got you, little heifer.
Yeah.
You like to go to the New Age shop. You know,
yeah,
so
no.
she teases me now. She's like, you better listen to your mom.
Yeah, you better listen to your fucking mom. I never want that experience again. There's nothing creepier than that feeling, that overwhelming feeling, and there's nobody around.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're just like, oh.
You mean, so her mom was, you were feeling her mom's love
Yep.
for her?
Yes. It was some of the same way I feel about my son. Now that and it's just like, okay, no, you are older than me. I have only known you for 3 weeks. You know.
But
Yep.
you know, it's funny because though I don't have children yet, I can do the same thing with her and about how Whoopi feels. I'm like, nope, you need to stay home. I got it today. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I know when she needs to be with her child.
Yeah.
Without her saying anything or anything like that.
That's actually the really nice thing about running with people who have some of the same gifts, or at least gifts in general, they'll be able to pick up on stuff that most people wouldn't. And it makes it a little bit easier. That's also part of the reason why I promote community so much. Most people will be like, oh, your kid's fine, get over it. He'll be fine there, you know. They're not going to realize that maybe he does need me that day. And I do try to be sensitive to that. Now, there are obviously sometimes when I can't be, but I do try for the most part. So.
Oh, and yeah, with projecting stuff,
Mhm.
I don't know if this is more telepathy or empathy, but my sister and I, we'll often warn each other. I was like, I'm having a bad day, so you're warned. If you're feeling weird emotions that aren't yours, they're coming from me.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys are twins, though.
Kate is also a twin.
Really? That's
I
awesome.
haven't run into any of that where sometimes like pick up your twin's bad mood.
Well, she gets on my nerves sometimes, that's probably it.
Well, no, this will be like we'll pick up each other's bad mood and start being in a bad mood, even though we're across town from each other.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know, I'll have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, we've learned to like warn each other. So
A really good thing to do if you want to block some of that, carry a selenite, obsidian, black tourmaline on you in a little bag
yeah,
up by your heart or wherever you suck in that energy point at, because it really helps to shield out stuff. Just be like, okay, I feel a little bit of a bad mood. Blunk. Yeah, no, we're not doing that today. Okay, guys.
I actually watched my daughter change from before we walked into a restaurant to after we walked in, being fine and then just bitchy.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband was like trying to warn her, and she didn't get it before things happened. But then he was able to kind of help calm her down because he's an energy person. So.
A really good thing, if you're an empath, is to go out with just one other person. That way you can focus on that person. Just focus on that person,
Oh, yeah.
their moods. Okay, that way you're not sucking in everything. At least that's something I do. I'm like, okay, you're coming with me. Yeah. And if I'm going into Walmart, oh my God, there's just almost no saving me.
that's why I go at the crack of dawn if I'm going to those places.
Lots of crystals, bring a buddy system. It was really bad when Dad and I used to go into Walmart every single time. This is why we didn't do it a lot. We would end up fighting. We would be in a huge fight afterwards for no reason. There was no reason for this fight, but we're name calling. It's almost to the point where we're throwing shit at each other. And we're just like, okay, you know what? No more.
If you're ever awake at like 5 or 6 in the morning, that is the time to go to Walmart. You have the store to yourself,
Well,
generally.
you've also got to realize too, it's not just the people in there. It's
I know.
all the collected crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, it's easier when there's fewer people.
All this stuff all over the floors, that's cleansing floor salt. It's not just down to clean the floors. It's down to also clean the energy of the place. Walmart does not do this. Okay? If you were to ever go into their bathrooms and look up, oh, they got so much nasty crap hanging up the top of their bathrooms. It's just,
Energetically?
yeah, energetically, sorry. Yes, it's almost like black gooey tar. And it's like, ooh. So yeah. But this helps to clean out some of that residue. Whenever you're in a place where you're selling stuff and people are coming in and out, bad moods, good moods, whatever, you've got all that leftover residue vibe. So you got to clean it all out and flush it out. Because I'm extremely sensitive to this stuff, I'm like, this place feels weird. There's like stuff's crap in it, just crap smeared on the walls, all right? You know, because just saging alone won't get rid of it. You actually have to get down and do something physical to lift up all that energy and just chuck it out. Now, at home, I will do this and leave it down for a night. Here, I have to leave this down for 4 to 6 days to get everything cleaned out. So, Walmart doesn't do that. Most of your stores don't do that. The mall don't do that. So, when you're walking in, unless you have somebody resetting those vibes every night, which you can do energetically, you can reset the vibes of your home or your space. But unless you're doing that, you're also picking up all the collected crap from just however long the place has been open. So, it's not just the people, it's the energy too.
So this is salt and baking soda?
Salt, baking soda, baby powder. Baby powder gets rid of the bugs and anything like that that might ever be here, because I'm a fanatic about that. Baking soda cleans and deodorizes. And then the coarse grained sea salt actually energetically clears. I came up with this mix because I thought I saw a roach in my shower drain in my new home at that time. Freaked out. Man, I had it everywhere. My mom is holding baby Arthur going, go for it. And Dennis is just sitting there going, honey, you need to calm down. Okay. So yeah. But, and this stuff works great. Carpets feel great afterwards. Energy feels great. Everything just.
I find I really like baking soda. I seem to have a real affinity for baking soda.
Really?
More so than
What
salt
time
for
is it?
clearing. I don't know what it is, but it's just like baking soda is my friend. I toss it around more than I toss
Okay.
around salt.
I'm going to go
But
ahead.
that might just be me.
Yeah, it could just be a.
It's whatever you work with best. But for me, this mixture works. And a lot of other people do too. So, any more questions? Okay. Then I am going to go ahead. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Des Moines New Age Shop and Community Center at your service.
Thank you.
All right, lovely ladies. Have a great night, and thanks for showing up. Okay.